Hello, y'all. I'm around here trying to, I don't know, play on my phone. I was trying to decide if I'm going to do another video on Ready to Love, of course. Um, I'm kind of trying to do individual people just because, like I said, I'm older, wiser now, and I think I see things maybe a little differently than some of the other people who are doing videos. I didn't pay attention to where I got my camera. Oops, down there. So I'm on this Surface phone, so it's like two parts. You know what I'm saying? So I was just doing one called Kyra's Choice, and I kind of I wanted to do things. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give the way the show presented it. They had to go and meet with the family, and then they actually made the choice and got it narrowed down to the final three couples. And so now we're at the reunion. That's one of my computers. I'm over here in my little work area. My little make do because I'm wired. I'm connected to my Ethernet because of malfunctioning. We got new computers, but all the same, that ain't got not anything to do with this. I am off work. It's evening. I've cooked dinner, some cabbage, cornbread. Won't your cornbread? You know, from Life, Eddie Murphy now. And I'm reciting a lot of movies, but you know, most of them is because I sit around my husband now. We watch them, and Lord, he watched Life every time it came on. He would watch that movie. I'm like really on, remember every line. So anyway, I quote him because most of them you probably see me quote their guy movies, and he's having me watch them. I mean, I haven't watched some movies and stuff too, but yeah, you know, it's kind of like a guy movie. But so the person I'm gonna talk about this time, and maybe I'll move faster and I can get more than one person done. Um, my little, well, I say my little Amber. My baby wants to be a nurse, but I told her she needs to be a lawyer because she's a little manipulative. But she tries to always negotiate with me on things, so I have to negotiate back. But I told her that might be where her calling is. And we're shorty bops, you know, we're about this tall. And Amber was saying she's short. I said that tall, but we're about right there. That's about how tall we are. So my oldest, she's taller than me. So it's like now when she hugs me, she's coming down to me, and I'm like, ooh, 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 I'm the baby. But my husband's not very tall, but you know they're taller than me. So anyway, everybody's taller than me. Um, I don't say a lot about Amber, and it's not that she's not pretty, smart. She's all of that. She's all of that. There's nothing wrong with her. But the reason I don't really say a lot, I guess I need some water, is because you're not wrong. But I believe you and KJ got together and decided that y'all gonna ride this out together. And you're not wrong. And I think when you all maybe made a date, he probably thought, hey, yeah, that's a good catch. You were like, well, you know, after you all did the date in the park with yoga and you said you don't have to be married, he said, you have to think you need to be married. You said, I don't need to be married too, either. You know, no, you want to get married. And, but I was like, somewhere in there, you all off cameras decided that you're going to ride this to the end. Or maybe production. Pick somebody and say, hey, y'all can ride it to the end. Because they brought him back and they felt he was not done right. He wouldn't have done wrong to him. Because I always said, I was like I say, about every video you're going to see, I'm telling you, everything she said, like she said about, you know, a woman if she has issues while she's pregnant, she needs somebody who can help feed the family. A woman is going to be incapacitated at some point in a relationship. So if that being the case, the man needs to be able to make sure he can take care of the household and that everything isn't lost. With that being said, at the end of the show, he was the only guy that said, let me sit down and I have to think about this. I was like, he's sitting around thinking about it because he ain't got nowhere to go. And that may not be true, but that's what I thought. I was like, he just don't have nowhere to go. This was his home for these weeks that he was here. And they're saying he didn't do the show right and date different people. He didn't do it right this time either. He found one person and stuck with that one person. A lot of people are doing that. Now, mind you, Amber, you did it just like I would have done it. We can make an agreement. People can dislike you for doing that, but I would have been dating too. That's what you were supposed to do, and that's what you did. You played the game. Not only did you play the game, because I wasn't on the game, but I did it in life. And people around here talked about me. Yes, people talked about me. Ooh, I wish I had finished writing the book so I could tell y'all what the name of it is and get y'all to read it. Not just for me to make money, because I have some money. I ain't got that much money. I could use some more now. Buy the book and pay the money when I finish it. I'm going to have to go and finish it, though. Because I'm going to be reviewing those other shows. And so hopefully by that time, I can go on and stop doing all these 50 million projects I do like AJ Mama said he does. And go on and get it done. But you're supposed to date. So date. Because you don't want to end up with a knucklehead. But guess what? You can still end up with a knucklehead. Because guess why? They all are knuckleheads. Did y'all hear me? They are all knuckleheads. So, but you got to just pick out which knucklehead is the best knucklehead. You don't want to get just a good looking knucklehead. Because looks can get you fed. Because I go to plenty of restaurants and I get extra servings and discounts and stuff for free. I've gone to parties and you know how you pay the fee to go in. Did I tell you about that in another video? But anyway, I paid the fee to go in the place and they gave me, calling themselves giving me change, it gave me more money, paid me to come to the club. So I'm just saying that can work, but it won't maybe get you fed all the time. I don't know how that works. Well, you get dates. And they take you out. But anyway, that ain't the point. The point is, you need to date different people. You need to date different people because you want to find out who is the best match. But you don't take forever choosing because they all are knuckleheads. So it don't matter. They all knuckleheads. But the thing I think that's going to happen with you, even though you and KG, I said his name right. You all made the agreement to work this out and stick it through the show. That man been kissing you these last few episodes. All I can say is, girl, he gonna put it on you. He's been doing that semen retention and all that. And the way he's been kissing you, I don't know if Ron and the rest of them were kissing like that because we didn't see that episode where you and Joe were doing that body painting. Yeah, I noticed that probably from the second episode that they showed that clip. And all I'm going to say is, KG, you look like you can kiss. If you see this here, you look like you can kiss. I'll never get to kiss your lips, but you look like you were putting it on Amber. And she gonna mess up and think she playing and end up married and having 5 children. But I know then you changed your mind to 3. Then you said you didn't want to get married. Now you want to get married. And y'all just changing from episode to episode. I was like, they can't remember they lie. Y'all supposed to have worked all this out. But Amber, I'm gonna tell you, you're going to end up messing with him. Here I go again, quoting one of my husband's other movies that we had to watch together. The Clumps. Eddie Murphy, when he played all those roles and he was the grandma and she talked about him and never having relations. KG may have had relations, but he said he hadn't had them in a while. So all I'm going to say is, you're going to end up married, pregnant, paying all the bills. That man finna put it on you, girl. And I think you're gonna like it. You better be careful. That's all I'm gonna say. You better be careful. You went in there playing and you ended up with a grown man. If you were younger, at a different stage, you would probably be a pedophile. But y'all grown. You 31. He 41 or whatever. Sometimes you have to be careful who you playing with. Because you play with grown folks and sometimes you can end up messing with some fire and get burnt. Girl, I don't even want to be the fly on the wall. I do not. Amber, you playing with a grown man, you better be careful. Sperm retention. I heard that and I was like, Well, at first I didn't. I fell asleep on the episode. And I kept hearing people talk about it, so I said, let me go and watch this when I'm awake. Because I do a lot of stuff in a day. And so, yeah, I was tired. So I went and watched, and I was like, what? And I started to look it up and try to see some videos and see what. I mean, I know it means, you're celibate. But I'm like, is this a thing? Well, because the reason why is because, when Ron said what he said, he's a whatever kind of person Ron said he was. And it did seem offensive, but I was like, I know he meant that he's a certain type of guy that likes a certain type of woman, and, you got to get that type of person. And these are my wedding pictures. I don't know if y'all can see them back there. I made my little gown and my little veil. I started to take off my bun and put on my veil because it's getting ready to be, a month away from now, I'll be 19 years married. But my husband was like, yeah, that'll be cute. But I said, I don't know. It'll all be over by then. Maybe I'll bring it and let y'all see it. It's pretty. And you may be able to sit on it, but you're not going to see it well as, if I bring it down. Maybe I'll bring it down for another video. But anyway, all the same. Yeah, so I don't really have a lot to say about Amber and KG, really, because like I said, they're making their money. They're going to make it to the end of the show. They're going to get their checks. And she's going to mess up and end up in a relationship and wonder in a few years from now how she got in it. Look back at those kisses you were giving Ron a kiss on a Saturday. Can I get a kiss on a Monday? Yeah. Watch that scene, and that'll explain it all to you. You got yourself in trouble. So, now, I did want to say something. A few things about them meeting the family. You notice that neither one of them brought their parents. Now, Kyra and AJ, the two that probably shouldn't have brought their moms, because they knew they weren't going to end up together, brought their moms. Unless they did like Mr. and Mrs. Smith and brought a fake mom. And I didn't even need to mention what Kyra's friend said, because, she already talked to the friend and told the friend the situation. The friend, like I told you in the previous video, she wasn't going to be able, she would not, that, hey, I got a degree, I got a real degree, like I said, from the University of Alabama, so I can really speak well. But vernacular. So that you just heard, that's from that Southern vernacular. And but the point is, they didn't bring their families, their moms. So I said, see, because this is set up. Well, I saw in Amber's video that she said it's some issues with a biological mom. But all the same, KG, if his is alive, I don't know if they said they passed or anything like that. They didn't bring their moms. But I like the questions that Amber family asked, if making sure that he doesn't try to stop their star from shining, because she is our shining star. I'm claiming you too, Amber. She's our shining star. Don't dull her shine, because I did some notes and I had them for Kyra, and I'll say the same thing to you. Some men, I'm not saying KG, but some men will know that you're a lawyer, and they will try to say stuff and do stuff to try to change you or make you diminish yourself from who you are, so that they can feel better because they feel inferior. So don't let anybody dull your shine. Be you, as you all say now. Be you, and be the best you always. But I like the questions that your siblings asked KG. Now, KG's brother, I wanted to punch him in the face, but I couldn't get through to him, girl. I would have punched him for you, asking you how you get so accomplished and you don't have a man. Like, that's the best and biggest prize you can have, and you got a degree. You answered him well. He just still need to be punched. He need a whooping. Simone said that. I liked it when she said, you need a whooping. I don't like that, because that's what people always like to say. I've had people say it to me. I've heard other women that people say today, you got your degree, you got this here, but you don't have a man. Do you realize how, nuts, nutcases. So it's difficult to decide which part of crazy you want. So you didn't want to be mean and say that to him, but I'm just going to say it. You had to decide, what crazy do you want? So, hey, why not get the guy with the spoon? sperm retention. Because hopefully at some point you can agree for him to, he can agree to release it. Maybe as he said, he hadn't found anybody worthy. Hey, you have to love yourself first, KG. So I'm not mad at you about that. And I don't even mean to laugh about it because I've gone through, what was I doing? Egg retention? I went through a phase where I had to do that too. I had to pull it back and get myself together because I'm like, all these things out here are knuckleheads. People were trying to tell me when I was into my 20s, girl, this was women now, not me, some men too. They were saying, you need to just go find you a man and get pregnant. How you gonna just go find? No. Naya, say it to him, girl. A man finds you first off. But then if you're a knucklehead, you gotta let him go because, you know how, hey, y'all bring the Bible up, so I'm going to tell you what I know too. When David's first wife was married to a fool. Now that's what the Bible says. He was out doing whatever he was doing. Because I don't know what he was doing. But he encountered them. And he was a fool. And when he died, he came back and guess what? Married her. I take that back. Was it the first or the second? Because, he did win King Saul's daughter when he killed Goliath. So, somewhere in there. It was before he saw Bathsheba dying and had Uriah killed and all that. Jason, tell me which scripture was that? Because everybody's talking about you that just during your two scriptures. But anyway, I said your child's prayer. But hey, a prayer is a prayer. The Lord hears our prayers. We'll get to you in a second. I ain't mad at you at all, Jason. All the stuff people saying. If you need some encouragement here, I'm giving it to you. I ain't mad at you at all for not one thing you did. You ain't told a lie. You ain't said the wrong scripture or the prayer ain't wrong. Nothing. You ain't did nothing wrong. I'm going to tell you, you even look like a little Chris Brown. It ain't even a knockoff. Because, Lord, look better than him. It's just you ain't got as much money as seen on TV as much as him. So don't you let nobody try to make you feel bad. But anyway, I'm just saying, we all go through our things where we have to draw back and pull into ourselves and decide how we want to redirect our lives. And Chris is 41. Like I tell, well, I'm going to just say it because you may not have watched the one where I said Kyra's choice. The thing is that I said is, because I got some notes and I'm using them for everybody. I got a little something for everybody. Well, I wrote them for one person, but they apply to everybody because guess what? All of them are knuckleheads. So, should I get a shirt that say that so y'all can buy it? All of them are knuckleheads. You just got to find out which knuckle of the head you want. But all the same. Okay, I'm sitting here by myself talking. If you see it and you think it's funny, fine. If you see it and you don't think it's funny, fine. I'm just doing it because, I'm trying to take a break. And this something helps me relax a little bit before I have to go do the next job. Which means clothes for the day is clean the refrigerator. But I want to go to my basement and maybe make something, do something. Because that's where my lab. So anyway. Men do not grow up, they grow older. I was talking to my cousin. I don't know if I've repeated this, but I'm just reiterating the point. Waiting to Exhale had come out. And they were talking about, the situations with the men. I know some of y'all are too young to know what I'm talking about. So Amber, you might have to go back and watch it. But, and I was talking to a cousin of mine that was older. And I said, is that true about the men and that? And she's like, yeah. Yeah, they don't ever grow up. They just don't. So I just added, they don't grow up. They just get older. I just added that they get older part. But she told me, I was like, really? I was like, oh, that's so sad. For us women, that's sad. Because we have to grow up. Because if you're carrying a baby, you have to grow up. If you were smoking and drinking and loving all that partying, you get pregnant, they want you to stop all that. So that's why sometimes it's better not to start it because it's hard sometimes to stop some things, especially if you like it. I'm not judging. I'm not preaching. I'm just saying. Yeah. So I said that to say Chris probably is at a point where he's not necessarily maybe middle age, but hey, he's right there. And he may have decided he needs to change some things if he hasn't had any children, hasn't been married. So they're saying, I don't know now if he has been, that didn't fly in the rain and wind from Texas, so I didn't get that. But sometimes you have to take a step back and see how you're living. And his brothers want to watch out for him, but he's a grown man. Now, I didn't say not one word wrong yet. He just gotta do it a different way. He still didn't listen to what she was saying. And some of you guys don't agree with what she's saying. And some of you ladies don't either. And maybe the way she did it, maybe the way she exited it, it wasn't right, but she was funny to me. When she said she got a boyfriend she got to meet, I said, go on, girl, that's how we do that. But she ain't did nothing wrong yet. So anyway, I think, Amber, I wish you well. Whether you end up with somebody else, we got the reunion. I'll probably say some more things because they're gonna say something. Now, we saw that Ron. He's trying to say something. Get him straight. You're a lawyer. Get him straight. Don't be a Phaedra lawyer. You know what she let the man Bob when she tried to represent Sheree and Bob beat her. At least his decision was favored by the judge. Don't be that one. I mean, I like Phaedra and all that stuff, but don't you let him out lawyer you. You get Ron straight. You make him define what he mean by few. You ain't got to justify nothing to nobody anyway. You made it to the end. He's just a little bitter. But if he was smart, he'd go on and get with, what's her name? Chrysanthemum. Because you aren't going to be the type of woman he wants. You ain't got time to be at home cooking for him and you trying to build your career. And I know I saw your interview and you said that you don't have anything to promote. Get you an agent and go on and get you a judge show or do commentary on some of these crime shows. You know, Nancy Grace, I guess. I don't know if her time has run out, you know, because Nancy's always doing something else. I ain't trying to kill her. I watched the show. But get you a show like that. Get your podcast, YouTube, something, anything if you don't get an agent. But, hey, you can do just like the rest of them. You know, I'll just tell you how my baby, I was like, hey, you could be like Judge Faith. You know, they were talking in her promo about all the stuff she did. My baby was listening. I said, baby, you can do that. You know, I tell you can be a lawyer. She said, Mama, I'm not going to be basic like that. I'm going to call myself Sue and Win. You know, she's just 11. So it ain't a whole lot. And this is something I'm saying she needs to do. It ain't saying something she said she want to do. But anyway, it was just funny that she's acting like being a judge is basic. She's 11. She don't know what she's talking about. But she does. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I guess I'll just end this now. Because you say you're unemotional, which I like. Because I'm kind of like that. I think my husband want to think I'm emotional, but I'm not. I'm not a psycho killer Norman Bates type person. I think that's quoting from the Wu-Tang Clan. But I understand what you're saying. You don't get all emotional and caught up in stuff. And I'm a girly girl. You're a girly girl. I can see it. But you know, we don't just get caught up in all that emotional stuff. Why? So just enjoy your life. I hope you find love if that's what you want. Or just somebody you can get along with. Because, you know, the way you and Chris doing it, y'all don't know what y'all want. Y'all don't know what y'all doing. But y'all know y'all want that check. And, hey, that's fine with me. That's why there's not a whole lot else I got to say. So, adios, amigos.